Hello, friends. When legendary magician Dai Vernon was asked what he thought was the best trick, he showed this very trick, which I'm about to show you. I'm sure you'll love it, and I'm sure you'll love to learn it. So let's take our cards. Of course, shuffle them in the most usual way so that we can do it right, so that everything is fair. Okay guys, now for the purpose of this trick, I need to take one random card from the deck that I want. So let me take a card. Well, let's say it's this card. But no, folks, let's do it a little differently. Let's not have me pick a card, let's have you pick any card. So let me flip through the cards like this, and you can stop me at any time. Just say, stop. Ready? Okay, flip through. The spectator says stop right here. Yeah, we're gonna cut here and take one card. We don't need this card yet. It's gonna be on the side here. Now our job is to take another random card from the deck. Well, let's say we take this one. Do we like this card? Yes, we like this card. Let's take it and put it aside just like that. Let's shuffle our cards so that we're good, so that we're fair. So we've shuffled our cards. Of course, let's pick them up and take another random card. And quite randomly, friends, which I had nothing to do with, this happens to be the second 8. Believe me, I had nothing to do with it. It was an accident. It wasn't meant to be, but somehow we found the second 8. Okay, we found the second 8. Now let's take the third card. And that's the third 8. Friends, this is unbelievable. This can't be happening. Let's take the third 8 and put it away. And well, let's get these cards out of the way. And as you can see, we randomly found 3 8s. And quite by chance, for some reason unknown to me, I chose the fourth 8. What? What is it? Our fourth 8 randomly turned into a king. No, that can't be right. Guys, let's take a few magic moves again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna take this card and turn it into an 8. But no, the king comes up again. Something's wrong here, folks. I guess our trick didn't work.
Then I, as an ordinary magician, can easily get out of it. I'll take the king and put him on top of the other cards. Now, I'll spin them all together, and the king will turn the 8s into 4 kings. Now that's the kind of wonderful card trick, friends, that we'll get to in a moment. But before we do, please be sure to write some kind of comment. Do you like or dislike Dai Vernon's tricks? Did you like this trick or didn't you like it? Make sure you write in the comments. Of course, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and we'll move on to the tutorial. So, friends, welcome to learning this trick. The legendary magician Dai Vernon, nicknamed the Professor, has come up with a huge number of techniques and tricks, and I would love to teach you one of them now.
And first of all, to show the trick, you need to get 4 kings out of the deck. And also, you need to get 3 8s out of the deck. Any 3 8s at all. We take them out, and we do the following preparation. We take the king and the 8 and put them on top. Next, we take the king and the 8 and put them underneath. We take the remaining 2 kings and 8s and put them somewhere in the middle of the deck. It's important not to shuffle these cards at the beginning of the trick, but you can do fake shuffles, fake cuts if you know how. There's no problem doing that. Personally, I've shown a classic fake shuffle overhand. I shuffle the cards like this. The order of the cards does not change during the shuffle in this way. Our king and 8 stay on top, and our king and 8 stay on the bottom. You can do whatever you want, it's your choice, no problem. So, after we've shuffled the cards, we can even do some fake undercards, but either way, our cards all stay on top, unchanged. So, let's now tell your spectator to take any random card from the deck. We start flipping through the cards and looking for our kings and eights. I've got the kings and the eights. I need to take the center king, which is between the king and the eight. I say, I'll pick this card myself. I move it down a little bit and pick these cards. I start to turn these cards over, but then I decide to change my mind. I say, no, come on, dear spectator, you do it all by yourself. On the break, I put the top cards. Yes, I have my little finger controlling these cards. Yes, it's important to hold the front of the card well so that you don't have that break, so that you don't get suspected of tampering. So we clamp these cards, we hold these cards on the break, and now we'll say that the spectator will do everything himself. How's this gonna work? I will flip through the cards with my thumb like this. Just flip through them. And you will stop me at any moment, dear spectator. Just say stop. For example, we're flipping through, the spectator says stop here. I put my middle finger here, yes, to divide this place, but I create the illusion that I'm going to pick up here. In fact, I pick up on our break and drop the first king to the side.
I say that this card you've chosen, let it stay here, we don't need it yet. Then I put the remaining king and the remaining 8 back on the break on my little finger. So that's it. Here they are. Now I say, let's choose any card. I start to go through these cards. Yes, I go through them. And then I get to the king. This card is the king. This is the king. He was on the break. I put him here. Yeah, here it is. And the next card I take and I turn it over. Does this 8 suit us? This card? Yes, it does. I'm turning over this card. So I flip it over like this, and at the last moment, I put my thumb over the king. Yeah, and I've got it right here. I've got the king, I've got the 8. So I flip. Let's take this card. Just do it real quick, and that's it. Now, I'm going to throw it right off to the side. But the 8 stays here. We've put the king here. Then we can put these cards back together. We're left with a king and an 8. We have the king on top, the 8 on the bottom. Now, what do? We do a shuffle with control of the bottom and top picks. So we shuffle a couple times. We've got a king and 8 also on the bottom, and a king and 8 also on the top. Then I do a double lift. I take 2 cards, yeah, I turn them over, I show you I got an 8 here. It's no accident, folks, I say, we got the 8 for a reason, and we're putting it away. But in fact, we put the king away. The 8 stays up, and then we're left with kings and 8s on the bottom. We can do different shuffles again, yes, but all the time the bottom cards should stay on your bottom. So shuffle, thrown down. Let's say we take them, we shuffle them, we pick them up, and those cards are back on the bottom. Then we grab the card in this position, and we show the bottom card. We're holding the cards to do a sliding move. Yes, I show this card, I turn it over to get it, but in fact, I move these cards and get the king I want. I put it here, and I put the 8 back. After that, we can shuffle the cards. We don't need them, put them aside, and say, see, all 3 8s we have here, it is not by chance, friends. Because in the beginning, I chose, as you have already guessed, the 4th 8. With those words, you digest the card, but it's the king, you say. Something didn't work. Let's do the magic move. I grab the card in this position and start twisting it like this. 1, 2, 3. Now our king is an 8. Let's turn it over. But no, the king is not an 8. So what do, you say? With these words, you collect the cards and do the same move again. Again, 1, 2, 3. And you shove it in there like that. You get it out, and then you snap your fingers and you lay out the 4 kings. You say, okay, if I can't get the 4 8s, I'll turn these cards into 4 kings. That's the trick.